I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for coming here tonight to our second ever Up for the Final here in Ockram. I know you're going to make lots of noise, so let's start it all with a big cheer. We're very lucky tonight to have an awful lot of talent with us. So first up tonight to sing for us will be Louis Connell from Annacurra to sing Caledonia.
That I might drift away. I've been telling old stories, singing songs that made me think about where I've come from, and that's the reason why I seem so far away today. Let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me. Now I'm going home. And if I shall become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. I have moved and I've kept on moving. Prove the points that I needed proving. Lost the friends that I needed losing. Found others on the way. I've kissed the ladies and left them sighing. Stolen dreams, yes, there's no denying. Traveled hard, sometimes with conscience flying, somewhere in the wind. Let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me. Now I'm going home. And if I shall become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Now I'm sitting here before the fire, an empty room, a forest choir. The flames have cooled, don't get any higher. They've withered now, they've gone. I'm steady thinking my way is clear, and I know what I will do tomorrow. The hands have shaken, the kisses flowed, and I will disappear. Let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me. Now I'm going home. And if I shall become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had.
What a way to start our show. That's brilliant. Thanks a million, Louis, a man with a big future ahead of him. First set of interviews we have up tonight are individuals from each club. We'll have Harry Murphy, Graham Wynne up. It'll be Martin Fitzgerald from Annacurra, and we'll have Arthur Hennessy from Blessington. So if you can come up and take your seats, lads, we'll have a quick chat to you. Yeah, first up, and thanks a million, lads, for coming. Harry, legendary manager. You've probably done it all, more than any manager in the county. You know, you took the lads through Division 4. You have your Leinster club title with Rathnew, numerous titles. You're chairman up there now and pulling the strings, as the fella says. You must be hugely proud of this Rathnew team being back in another county final.
Yeah, we're obviously to be back in the county final. It's great for the village because it's a while since we're here, and last year it wasn't looking great. But the lads that we put in place now have worked really hard. You all know we've got a slice of luck too, which, you know, the harder you work, the luckier you get. That's the way we look at it down here in Rathnew. So they don't give in, and they play right to the final whistles, which is it's a great thing to have in your locker. If you're sprinkling of footballers, there's a few young lads coming through, and a few older lads. No need to name them, but no, we're delighted. You know, we weren't expecting to be in the county final, to be quite honest with you now. But now that we're here, so we might as well try and win it. You know, the lads, management, Darren and the lads have worked really hard, and you know they've good talent to work with, but they're probably ahead of their time. Now we wouldn't say that with the likes of staff and that, but there's a good sprinkling of young lads coming through. So we're delighted to be where we are, and obviously blessing our rivals that we've knocked around with for a few years, all right. But we're here and we give it a go. That's really all we can do now at this stage. We give it a go.
I suppose from my knowledge of the game anyway, when Rathnew said that we're not expecting to be there, but we'll give it a go, you're probably in dangerous territory. But in fairness, like you said, you know, you talked about probably getting a bit of luck, but you know, when you look through your results and the heart and spirit to come back from behind so many times, like it's a real trademark Rathnew outfit, and for so many so young to have it has to bode well for the future.
No, definitely. As I said, that's been more so what we're delighted with, that they have a great work ethic, and they play to the final whistle. And I mean, not many teams would have came back 3 times from the scores that were down. You know, you have to have a bit of character in you, and long may it last that the lads down there have that sort of character in them, that they never say die. And we're just delighted to be here. Genuinely, we're delighted. But you have to give them credit to be coming back so often from where they were. A few points down, maybe next week, blessing them might start worrying as well, you know. So, you know, that's what, because if you have a team like that doesn't give up, they're always in with a chance, and long may it last in Rathnew, that work ethic and never say die spirit stays with us for a long time, like, you know. So, again, delighted to be here. Please God, Sunday evening we'll be champions again, and looking forward to the match now, really looking forward to the match, and hopefully the lads can, we only need one more Sunday, that's all we need, you know what I mean, and that'll do us.
Oh, thanks a million, Harry. We'll have a quick we'll have a quick chat with Arthur Hennessy now to see what he thinks of that. Arthur, Blessington back in familiar territory now after 2 years ago winning the championship, and you know, again, a great team built up there over the years. You know, your underage structure standing here really well. You know, this Blessington team are formidable in my book. You know, they're really well set up, and you must be really proud to be back in this final on Sunday.
Extremely proud, Emmet, that we were back in the final. As you know, we won 2 years ago. Had a bit of a wobble last year, but thanks be to God, we're back in the final this year. We started the championship campaign really very well, and then I think the lads went to sleep or something like that in the middle of the group stages. But we got back on track again, and we've had good wins over St. Pat's and AGB, and we're absolutely delighted with it. I think that we have a good mix of experienced lads and young lads coming on, and I'm absolutely thrilled that you know, some of the good young lads are coming on and they're making their mark now, and I think that we might just scrape it on Sunday.
Very good, very good. And as you said, you know, those 2 wins, the quarter-final and semi-final, I think everyone, you know, as you said, there was a little bit of a wobble in the middle there, a couple of losses and a draw with Havendale, but those 2 wins again, Pats and the Gers, should really have steeled you now for this test coming on Sunday.
With the help of God, that is the case. And, you know, we respect Rathnew. They have a very fine pedigree of winning championships. We're have a lot less, but I think with our mix of the experienced guys and the young lads, I think we'll do the job.
Well, Arthur, thanks a million for your few minutes there. We'll pass you over to Martin Fitzgerald and see what he has to say. Martin, now I know you're not comfortable speaking, but Anna Curra back in the final again this year. After last year, I suppose, looking back, you probably said it was a year or two early that you were building in the club. You came up against a very good Air Rogue outfit, and it's a long way back to a final, as we all know, but the lads have navigated that really well, and they put in a huge year to get to where they are.
Yeah, the lads put in a fantastic year. They worked very hard. Like, as we all say, championships are won in January, February and March, and that's when they put in the hard work. And for the first time in a couple of years, we have 30 and 35 lads in the field training, and it's great to see it. We've a lot of young lads coming. We have the older experienced lads as well, and you need experience, as you know, with Alan Byrne and Frank Clune, probably Martin O'Brien. But the younger lads then are stepping up to the mark as well, and we're under the pressure, under the cough sometimes. Like we come back a couple of days, like right now, to win matches and draw matches to keep in the championship, and the great never say die attitude as well. So it's great to see that in both young and old on the team. So that's a good thing for the future as well. To never say die.
Yeah, and look, we were down there last night doing a couple of interviews and stuff. In fairness, the buzz around the town is unbelievable there. All the youngsters out in their colours. There's a massive buzz. It brings a massive buzz 2 years in a row to be going down this road. It can only be healthy for the club going forward.
Very healthy, and we have to say that underage structures in Annacur at the moment is very, very good. We're competing by ourselves, which we never done for years and years at every age group, and that's beginning to tell into the into the intermediate at the moment. And there is a buzz around the place. We're probably one of the smallest villages in the county, and we still able to put out a team of our own. So it's great to see the buzz and the kids. As we know, as everybody knows, all the kids go to every match, and you see them out here Sunday and every match out playing at half time, and they're always down in train as well. So there is a great buzz with the parents, and that really encourages the team.
Yeah, thanks a million, Martin. We'll have a few words from Graham. Graham, I suppose, Barndarrig have came up, they won the Junior A couple of years ago there. They've plotted their way back into this intermediate. They've set up the ranks. A good young team coming. The hurling there as well. They're a club on the crest of a wave at the minute, and it's a good place to be on Sunday in this intermediate final after finding your way through. As I always say, I think it's very hard to win any championship, but this intermediate football championship in Wicklow it's nearly like Mount Joy. If you get into it, you can't get out of it.
Well, I suppose looking back over the last few years, we got promoted there 2 years ago, and John Begley, who's up at Lara now, done a fantastic job with us. We were kind of the bridesmaid for a few years in the Junior A, and we finally got into a final and we won it. And we've been 2 years now in the intermediate, and last year was kind of a holding pattern, but this year all the lads got together in January and thought, look, they're of the age now that they wanted to make a mark, and they're hoping that they'll put it right now this weekend. From a point of view for the club, it's a huge milestone for us. We were in one intermediate final 30 odd years ago, and we're unfortunate we lost that. But I suppose this is our peak that we performed as a football club. I suppose historically we're known as a hurling club, and we've a few hurling senior championships, and we've done well in the hurling this year as well with the league and the championship as well. But hopefully now we can top it off with the football championship as well this weekend.
Yeah, and I suppose, to look forward, you have to look back, and the work you've done underage in the club is really standing to you now. You've brought some fantastic players through, and they're gone right through to inter-county level as well, these lads. And that's credit to the people on the ground as well.
Well, I suppose look at first, we've just 60 senior footballers in the club, and I suppose to have 3 county players out of that is a huge statement to where the lads want to be, and the drive that they have, and the commitment that they have in the hurling and the football, I suppose. But and that brings into the club as well, because the the younger lads coming through, they can see where they have to be, what standard they have to play to perform at that level.
Yeah, look, thanks a million, Graham. We're going to go into our next act now, lads. That wasn't too bad, was it? You know, we're going to go into our next act here, which will be John and Molly Hiles singing Travelling Soldier. Thanks, lads.
Past 18, he was waiting for the bus in his army green, sat down in a booth. The cafe there gave his order to a girl with a bow in her hair. She's a little shy, so he gave her a smile, and she said, would you mind sitting down for a while and talking to me? I'm feeling a little low. She said, I'm off in an hour and I know where we can go. So they went down and they sat on the pier. He said, I bet you got a boyfriend, but I don't care. I got no one to send a letter to. Would you mind if I sent one back here to you? I cried, never gonna hold the hand of another guy. Too young for him, they told her, waiting for the love of a traveling soldier. Our love will never end, waiting for the soldier to come back again. Never more to be alone when the letter says the soldier's coming home. And so the letters came from an army camp in California, then Vietnam, and he told her of his heart. It might be love or all of the things he was so scared of. He said that it's getting kinda rough over here. I think of that day sitting down by the pier and close my eyes and see your pretty smile. Don't worry, but I won't be able to ride for a while. I cried, never gonna hold the hand of another guy. Too young for him, they told her, waiting for the love of a traveling soldier. Our love will never end, waiting for the soldier to come back again. Never more to be alone when the letter says the soldier's coming home. One Friday night at a football game, the Lord's Prayer said and the anthem sang. A man said, folks, would you bow your head for a list of local Vietnam dead? Crying all alone under the stand was the piccolo player in the marching band, and one named Red, and nobody really cared. But a pretty little girl with a bow in her hair. I cried, never gonna hold the hand of another guy. Too young for him, they told her, waiting for the love of a traveling soldier. Our love will never end, waiting for the soldier to come back again. Never more to be alone when the letter says the soldier's coming. I cried, never gonna hold the hand of another guy. Too young for him, they told her, waiting for the love of a traveling soldier. Our love will never end, waiting for the soldier to come back again. Never more to be alone when the letter said the soldier's coming home.
Another brilliant performance there from John and Molly Hines. It's a year on and I still can't believe John Hines can play the guitar, to be honest. Next up we have Podge Doody and Gary Duffy. They're our neutrals for tonight, so you have to go easy on them. They're only giving their opinion here, lads. So Podge from Boddenlass, our under 20 manager, and Gary from St. Pat's is the coach with Oshie McConville set up. So we have the two lads. Just Podge, I suppose we'll start with the intermediate on Saturday first. A really intriguing affair in my book. Barndarrig and Annacurra, I think two really formed teams, two really strong teams. I think, personally, I think this one could go anyway. I'm very interested to hear what you two lads have to say.
Yeah, I think it's a very difficult one to call. Annacurra have come through some really tight games and they have the experience from last year as well. Like you said it earlier, they played against a very strong Aero team the last year. They're up against a very good Barnderrig team this year. Like they won the Junior A 2 years ago, Barnderrig, and they were very, very good. Players with plenty of experience as well. Talked about the county players and even lads that would have played at underage for the county as well from Barnderrig. I think the bookies have Barnderrig as slight favourites. They mightn't be wrong, but I think Annacurra will be the same as they were last year. If Barnderrig are going to win this, they're going to have to work really, really hard for it. The exact same as Aero last year, But one of the key things I think will be for Barnderrig, will they be able to keep Garrod Murphy and Frank Clune quiet? And if they can't keep them quiet, it'll be very difficult to win the game.
Yeah, look, I suppose, Gary, you're going second now. You're on the bit of a back foot after all that, aren't you? No, but look, it is an intriguing one, and as he alluded to there, you have really good players on both sides. We spoke about earlier, about the inter-county players for Barndarrig coming up against some of the more seasoned lads, I suppose, of Annacurra, and Barndarrig have seasoned lads there as well with Michael Murphy and these lads through the team. It's a really intriguing affair. You've Jason Smith refereeing, which should allow for a good game of football as well, and hopefully conditions will allow that as well.
There's just from talking to people over the last few weeks, there seems to be a consensus. There's a bit of a surprise that Barndarrig got to the final, but then when you actually look through their team, there's no real surprise at all. They have a lot of very, very talented footballers, and just on Podge's point about keeping Garrod and Frank Clune quiet, like with Malachy Stone there, he was probably the county's best player this year, so you probably predict that he'll be marking one of those, and I'd imagine I'd put money that Malachy probably would come out on top of that. And I've seen them a couple of times this year, they're physically impressive for a team not long up out Junior A in terms of their development and fitness and physicality. So I think if they turn up on the day, I think Barndarrig would be hard bet, to be honest with you.
Try that one there. No, you're grand. I think we'll get most of it. The crowd were nice and quiet anyway. And I suppose we'll give you the opportunity then to start on the senior first. Another really intriguing battle, two teams. You have the Lazarus or Ratnew coming up against, Blessington, who came in the hard way against yourselves and our Clodgers as well. Another really intriguing affair. I suppose if you're Blessington and you're 10 points up, you'd want to be nearly at home on Monday with the cup before you'd be sure of having a Ratnew coming after you. But, again, they're a hugely impressive team, hugely physical team. This Ratnew team just keep pulling results out of everywhere, don't they?
Yeah, and even the quarter-final and semi-final, they came back from 9, they came back from 6, I think, against Tinaley. Like that, mentally, that's a great confidence to have going into a final when even if we're 5, 6, 7 points down, that we're not going to panic. We can drag our way back into the team. And if there's one team in the county that gets a bit of momentum on you, they are very hard to stop. But in saying that, when we played Ratnew or played Blessington in the quarter-final, and again, I was extremely impressed with their, first of all, their physicality and their overall fitness, but their mentality as well. They're extremely, extremely confident team. They know what they're doing. They've Anto, McLaughlin and Kevin Quinn, who could win a game on their own. But also, I think on Sunday it's going to come down to the kick-outs battle. Both teams like to go long, straight to the middle. Like on Blessing, you have Graham Coe, you have Dan Cooney, you have Paul McLaughlin across the middle, all strong in the air. On the other side of that, for Ratnew, you have Sean Coffey. Theo is very good in the air. Stafford would find himself out there at times, I'd imagine. So whoever wins that battle around the middle, I think, will have a big say on who actually wins it, to be honest.
Kind of sitting on the fence there, really, weren't you?
for now, yeah.
Pod, yeah, I know it's something in commentary we've alluded to in all the matches, be it intermediate or senior, that we've done so far, is the actual people, their own kickouts are so harmful to them up to this point. The amount of teams not winning their own kickouts has been, to watch it from the press box, it's almost crazy to think, but like it's going to have a huge bearing on Sunday.
Yeah, the amount of times that teams can get themselves back into a game by winning the opposition's kick out, and that's what's been happening. And just on the kick-outs, I've noticed, Robbie Gilligan is a real good kick-out, and a lot of the time he's trying to hit either Owen Keogh or Jordan McGarr. And they'll be up against probably Ollie Byrne and maybe Fiona O'Sullivan, so Blessing will think to have the height advantage there. But Tinny Healy did the same thing. Alan Nolan was trying to find Kevin Mulhall on kick-outs, and after he won the second one, Rathnew read that and start crowding the area. You could see Theo go to the area and Sean Coffey, and they were able to cut those kick-outs out, and that gave them a foothold in the game as well. But you're right, kick-outs are very important. If you can't win your own kick-out, the other team are on the attack, and it's always the best opportunity to score before the other team can get a defensive system in place. So kick-outs are keen, but they're two good goalkeepers, that both of their kick-outs have been very good all year.
Yeah, and I suppose the other thing we're going to look at is probably the matchups. We always talk about matchups now to win the day. There's some intriguing ones, Conall Gallagher, maybe James Stafford. It's hard to call positions at this stage of the game, but there's so many of them that could have such a bearing on this game. Especially around the middle third. As you said, Owen Keogh, who picks up Owen Keogh on his own kick out, and then vice versa, who picks up Sean Coffey on the Rathnew kick out. There's so much coming down the line there that it's just, you can't wait for Sunday to go see this one.
Yeah, and a lot will depend on, we kind of have an idea of what the Blessing team is going to be, and we know that Kevin Quinn and Anthony McLaughlin will kind of swap a little bit. Anthony will stay inside and he'll come out looking for the ball as well, and he'll get on it outside. Mikey O'Connor will probably stay inside all the time. With Rathnew, we don't know what they're going to do. In fairness, they've lined up with three lads in on the edge of the square, and they'll play it different ways. It could be Eddie Doyle and Owen Doyle inside, and I'm sure Darren Coffey will have a plan for what he's going to do, but just having a plan sometimes isn't always enough either, because I know Gary had said it, Anthony McLaughlin and Kevin Quinn are on big form at the moment, and so is Mikey O'Connor, so the matchups on them are going to be really important as well.
Yeah, look, thanks a million, lads, for your expert opinion and turning up here tonight. It's a huge boost for us. Next up, we have Richie Walsh from Barndarrig with the Cowboy song, and after Richie, we're going to have a short break for some tea and cakes. So, Richie. He says he's a proper cowboy, so everyone better brace themselves.
This is for Pat O'Neill there in the corner. He's a proper cowboy. The sun is settling in the west. The cattle go down to the stream. The birds are whistling in their nests. It's time for a cowboy to dream. Purple light in the canyon, that's where I want to be, with my three good companions, with my rifle, my pony, and me. Gonna hang my sombrero on a branch of a tree. Gonna go to Amarillo with my rifle, my pony, and me. No more cows to be roping, no more strays will I see. Round the bend she'll be waiting, with my rifle, my pony, and me. With my rifle, my pony, and me. Hey, hey, hop.
Thanks a million, Richie. We're going to take a quick break now. We know if there's a pony and a rifle tied down at the shop on Saturday, we know who owns it. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the second half shortly. Thanks again, everyone. You're all very welcome back to the second half of Up for the Final. Starting us off in the second half, we have Caoimhe Murphy singing Parting Glass.
Of all the money that e'er I had, I've spent it in good company, and all the harm that e'er I done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Of all the comrades that e'er I had, they are sorry for my going away. And all the sweethearts that e'er I had, they would wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my Lord that I should rise and you should not, so I'll gently rise and I'll softly call, good night and joy be with you all. A man may drink and not be drunk, a man may fight and not be slain, a man may court a pretty girl and perhaps be welcomed back again. But since it has so ought to be, by a time to rise and a time to fall, so fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all.
Another brilliant performance. Thanks a million, Caoimhe. Next up, we have four wise men coming up to us. We have Graham Wynne from Barndarrig back up again, Michael Doyle from Annacurra. We have Kevin Hanlon from Blessington.
Oh, go ahead.
No, sit over here. Come on, keep coming. Come on, lads, don't be shy. We have Patrick Doyle from Rathnew and Kevin Hanlon from Blessington. The Miley Cup is the senior. I'm not sure. Yeah, thanks a million, lads. Again, I suppose, Graham, we spoke to you a bit earlier. It was more about what it means to the club and everything else. A huge game on Saturday for yourselves and Annacurra. I know you're facing one another. Annacurra probably with a little bit of experience after last year's final. Some of the younger lads would have played in one, but you know, your lads are bringing a good bit of experience to the table as well, with inter-county experience and the likes of Michael Murphy as well.
Well, I suppose Michael will be the senior player on the panel. I suppose he's been around for 20 odd years kicking football. The rest of the panel probably they're in their peak years now. They're all probably mid-20s. We have the sprinkling, I suppose, of the few county players, which it really improves the squad because they bring that professionalism to it, and the rest of the lads have followed that track into it. Look at, I suppose, we were skitting on the manager or his partners from Annacurra, so there's a bit of a quiet at the dinner table this week, but we'll find out come Saturday. It'll
be a strange house, I suppose, for a week there, because I know Vanessa as well, and she won't have any sympathy on him, I'd imagine. So, yeah, look at, I suppose, as I said, you know, looking at Annacurra, they're a very good team. Again, very similar to yourselves, lots of young lads, but lots of experience in the right places. I know you're not going to give away the state secrets or anything else, but you've a big job on your hands Saturday to get over the line here.
Well, I suppose, I think, and everyone will probably know that we kind of specialise a good, strong back line, and I suppose you build your foundations well, and you'd have a few lads that'll kick the ball over. I suppose Michael would have been known to be our main goal scorer, but not so much this year. It's kind of spread out through the team, so that'll probably give us hopefully a big advantage anyway coming Saturday. Yeah,
and then I suppose looking forward to Sunday, the senior final, another big game. Are you going to rile up the crowd and give us a prediction on that one?
Just, I don't know, Rathnew, I suppose they're always thereabouts, so I'd probably have to say Rathnew would probably be the favourites in my mind.
I knew that I'd get a cheer. So next we'll move on to Michael. Michael, thanks for joining us there. As we said, another huge day for Annacurra. They seem to be coming thick and fast at the minute at underage and adult level for you. But Saturday's a big one now. After last year and the experience you have, it's a big game coming up against this very good Barnderry team.
Yeah, Emmet, how are you? Look, it's great to be back. Great to be back sitting here this year, obviously after the disappointment of the Greystones game. Saturday absolutely, it's a huge game for us. I don't think it'll define the club and where we're going, no matter what the outcome is. It's just a step on the way to where the club wants to get to. I think after the Nard game, we were all thrilled, and then we stayed back and we watched the Barnderry game. It was like watching the All Blacks. They're huge, they're young, they're physical, they're fast, and it's a credit to them to be where they are. They sort of came from nowhere, but when you watch them play, you'd expect them to be a senior club for sure. Our guys, we're lucky that we have a very balanced team, I'd say. I'd say the guys have learned a lot from last year and the disappointment of last year. We're still very reliant on our older footballers, and we don't know how old some of them are because they won't tell us. But yeah, we're really looking forward to it. As I said, it's a step on the way. I think last year we probably said we were a couple of years ahead of where we expected to be, and Saturday is no different really, but we're expecting a good game but a tough game.
Yeah, and I suppose like I asked Graham, are you going to put your neck on the line and predict the senior on Sunday?
Oh, it's Rathnew all day.
I think it's those flags people are afraid of down there. Kevin, you're next. You're not getting a lot of luck here, Kevin. You're going to have to up the game a bit, I think. Yeah. Kevin, as we said, a huge day for Blessington again. You probably got the monkey off your back 2 years ago with that victory. You're back in a final, as we said. There's huge work went in the club over a long period of time. You're getting the results out of that now, and Saturday's going to be, or Sunday, sorry, is going to be a huge test again with this Rathnew team.
Yeah. Look, and just where would you make it up? You couldn't have a better final, Rathnew and Blessington, and Blessington are up for 2 years ago. I went into Baltinglass, and Baltinglass were after beating us twice in Baltinglass, and I said, Kevin's son is captain, and I said, that's his chance of ever getting a senior medal. So look at we went on and grounded out, went on and won. So this year the same. Look, we had a great start off, lucky to get over Avondale where we're gone, and the same thing. So I think we're coming right. We went away for a weekend, they're coming to the Milken. They're a good game against Pats to step up against AGB, and and they're going the right direction. And I think midfielders, after standing up, being men, which sort of letting us down earlier on, but I'm very confident they're doing their job. We have a good balance of forwards, a few nice backs. I'm confident enough now to. Hopefully we can do it. And we won't give it away handy anyway, I tell you that. So.
And just for yourself, I suppose, a hugely proud moment as well with Kevin being involved in the captaincy there. It must be probably a nervous household this week, but it's a great house to be in.
Of course it is. Look, I'd rather be on the field myself than watching it. It is now. few minutes ago, Harry said to me, cutting at me, he says, "Where did Kevin get the football?" Look at, I was in.
He's at it already, is he?
I was in a few county finals myself in the early 80s when football was football and a little bit of spectators game, you know. But anyway, it was a proud moment for me. We haven't been in too many over the years, and Lord have mercy, my father, I was just saying, going back, he got to one in 1942, and between that and the rest of them, one way or another, we have been involved between the three of us. So there was only one in 1980 when, so we all. So but look, it's a big proud moment for me to see him lead the team out on Sunday. Hopefully, he carry the mighty cup home. Ethel is waiting on it. So
very good, very good. And
Yeah.
sure, you know, the wire is a bit lower now. You might get in on the field. You know. But the same, I'm going to ask you to put your head on the block for Saturday's game then as well with Annacurra and Barndarrig. Who do you think you might be facing in the senior championship next year?
Well, I think Annacurra, even though look at here. And other than that, no, it's probably wide open just from what I know, like, you know, but the shade might shade it probably.
That's a good comeback enough now. I'll give you that much. Yeah, we'll go to Patrick there next. Patrick, I suppose, you know, Rathnew and county finals have been a thing for probably most of my lifetime at this stage. You've always been thereabouts, maybe a couple of lean years here and there, but this team is really, I suppose you could say, they've caught the imagination of the whole county, the way they've, I'm going to say carried on, because, you know, I was going through a few notes for the final on Sunday, and I don't know how many points you were down in the league final. People tend to forget you won the league as well. You were well behind against Bray, you know, you were well behind against Éire Óg, you know, you were well behind against Kiltegan, against Tinnahealy. You've kept from behind, you know, matches. You were 5 points down against Blessing or Bottomlass in a match that was deciding your future, you know. And while it can't be great on the lads looking in from Rathnew, I'd say, as much as you love it at the end when you get there, it has to be like, it's heart attack stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is. Look at it, like Harry said, we're delighted to be back in the final. I mean, it's been a complete famine in Rathnew. It's 4 years since we were in one, you know, and the whole team's gone crazy down there that we're back in one. So it's brilliant to be back in. I'm looking forward to some of the matchups. Kevin and Anto, I'd guess it's probably going to be against Jamie and JT. And I know the lads weren't given, the Rathnew lads, any much of a chance against the two boys, but Jamie Snell's got 5 senior medals. He's played inter-county most of his career, and he's 28, going on 29, so he's at the pinnacle of his career. So when he gets in, I'm sure he won't have any problem getting himself up for marking the two boys, you know, or any one of them. And JT is one of the best up-and-coming young lads, and he's good, he's hard, and knows what to do with the ball. So I suspect it's going to be very tactical. I'm hoping Blessing and panic a little bit and stick an extra man in front of Stafford, leave the field open for us out around. I know if I was on them, I'd be putting 2 or 3 extra lads in on Stafford, but I mean, I can't be the buyer and the seller, so
and you'll probably put him to the middle of the field then.
Exactly. I am also a bit nervous because not everybody knows the goalkeeper in Rathnew is my son. So
very good.
He was born in 1995, and we lost our championship in 2004. He says, "Are we going out to the celebrations tonight?" And I said, "Should we've lost?" He said, "How do you mean we've lost? We've never lost." He was 9 at the time, and he'd never seen Rathnew without a championship. So it's been a while, and they're back in it. Blessing have to be the favourites, I think. But I think it's a little bit like Ireland and the All Blacks the other night. Blessing being Ireland, and they've been the form team for the last 2 years, playing lovely football, and we've been the one that sort of dominated and led football in Wicklow for 100 years, and we're just barely ticking around in the background. So I hope it's the same result. You know?
That's a fair analogy now, to be fair. And I hope you haven't given away too many secrets there. I'd be sceptical if they're all right now, to tell you the truth. But anyway, no, yeah, and again, I suppose the match Saturday then, I'll look for your opinion.
That's a great match-up. I've been at a couple of the matches. They had a few of them in Rathnew, and they're 2 fine sides. You wonder why the 2 of them are not senior already. There's a lot of work going on in both clubs, and
if their football is anything like they're singing in Annacurra, they'll be doing well on the day, you know. But I'm close to Barnderrick. I know a couple of lads in the club. They play a bit of golf with us and that, and the commitment they put in as well. It's going to be a hard one to call. Wishing doesn't make it so, as you know. Because I wished Ireland won the other night, and I wish we'll win at the weekend. And it doesn't make it so, but I think Barnderrick might just shade it.
Very good, lads. Thanks a million for your chat there. We had a draw for some tickets for the weekend. The senior ticket was won by S.E. Fogarty from Rathnew, and the intermediate ticket was won by Emer Doyle from Annacurra. We're just about nearly done now, so we're going to have a final bit of music to see us off. It's been a brilliant night. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for coming. It's not easy to get here in the conditions. You, the clubs, without you we wouldn't have teams. Without teams we wouldn't have finals, and without finals we wouldn't have had tonight. So thanks a million to everyone for coming here, the effort you put in, to everyone that has played music, to all our performers, to everyone that came up here, even though you mightn't have wanted to. It's not as bad as it seems. And again, to Bridget Kenny, the work she puts in to get these sort of things over the line is unbelievable. You wouldn't believe what goes on in the background. To the two lads on the cameras, to everyone helping out, making tea and everything else. It's been wonderful because you've made it wonderful. And thanks again for everything. The very best of luck to all the teams in the finals on Sunday. And we're going to be played out by Michael Bryan and Aisling Shannon from Annacurra. Thanks again for everything.